Sailors of Sinai, gather close. Before we hoist our thoughts upon the sacred winds, lend an ear to your captain. If you see me drinking from this old clay goblet, please know this. Tain't rum within. Tain't any spirit meant to fog a man's mind. It be warm tea, soothing a voice that's been rustling with a cold these past tides. Even a pirate of Torah is but flesh and bone, and the northern winds have been biting at me throat. So if I pause to sip, it be kindness to the voice Hashem granted me for the teaching ahead. Now then, let us seek treasures richer than gold. Sailors of Sinai, gather close. There be treasures in the Torah, treasures buried deep in every sacred line, gold for the weary spirit, bread for the hungry heart, a compass for them that be lost at sea. So steady your breath, hoist your courage, for once again we set sail upon sacred waters. There be treasures in the Torah, and on this voyage we seek 'em. Vayehu Chayei Sarah. And the life of Sarah was. The Torah does not begin with her passing, but with her life. For the righteous do not vanish when they leave the deck. Their wake guides the ships that follow. The Midrash says all her years were equal in goodness, not equal in ease, not equal in comfort, equal in faith. Ye do not choose the storm, ye choose the captain ye trust within it. Sarah's light did not fade, for life continued through every storm and every choice made after her. For the righteous do not simply live, they teach us how to live. What be a legacy, sailors? Not wealth, because coins corrode. Not land, borders shift like sand. Not fame, the wind forgets a man's name faster than he draws his next breath. A legacy is the shape of the heart we leave in others. Now, Abraham Avinu asks the question all leaders dread. Who will carry the covenant when I am gone? He summons Eliezer, first mate of his house, faithful steward, royal as the northern star. And hear this well. Before Isaac was born, Eliezer himself was the expected heir. Tradition teaches that his own daughter was meant to wed Abraham's son. A union that would have bound his line to the heart of the covenant. But when Hashem brought Isaac into the world, Eliezer did not sour. He did not curse the wind. He did not let jealousy rot his heart. He pressed on, steady and loyal, faith unbroken. Like a sailor who trusts his captain, even when the map changes. he trusted in Hashem. And so Abraham sends this man, a man who could have envied the mission to find the soul who will continue Sarah's way. He sends him seeking not beauty, not coin, not fame, but chesed. Eliezer comes to the well with 10 camels, beasts with thirsts like a bottomless hulls. Modern reckoning tells us a single camel can drink up to 30 gallons in 10 minutes. 10 camels, 300 gallons, drawn by hand by one young woman. This be no polite gesture. This be no small kindness. This be heroic chesed. Chesed be like this thread, small to the eye, yet it holds the world together. Rivka does not rise from comfort or holiness or gentle upbringing like Abraham before her. She was raised in a house thick with unbelief. Her father Bethuel bowed to idols. Her brother Lavan was a schemer, a worshiper of wealth, a man of deceit. The house was filled with shadows, idols on every shelf, falsehood in every corner, and yet, Rivka stood against the tide. She learned righteousness with no teacher. She practiced kindness with no example. She walked the path of Abraham, though she had never heard his voice. A candle lit in a cave, a flame that refused to die. And so when she sees a stranger thirsty, she moves. She does not hesitate. She does not ask, "Who are you? What's your lineage? What's in it for me?" She sees need and she answers it. Again and again and again and again. Hours of labor under the punishing sun, 300 gallons drawn by hand. No applause, no witnesses, no reward, just pure chesed, flowing from a heart that refused to be shaped by the unbelief around her. The Zohar teaches chesed flows downward like water to where it is needed most. Rivka was that living spring. Her father and brother said, "Will you go with this man?" And Rivka answered with Abraham's courage, "Ilech, I will go." The echo of Lech Lekah, go forth. Go forth. Now our sails turn towards the Sepharad, Spain and Portugal, lands once bright with Jewish wisdom, then swallowed by shadow. Picture it, sailors. A knock at midnight. Torches in the alley. Neighbors whispering, children crying as soldiers storm the home. The Spanish Inquisition forbade Jews from lighting Shabbat candles, washing hands ritually, speaking Hebrew or Ladino, owning Hebrew books, keeping Yom Tov in secret. Suspicion meant interrogation. A rumor meant chains. A single informant meant torture. Our people lived as Anusim, the forced ones, praying in basements, whispering the Shema in pillowcases, in pillows, hiding candles in clay jars. These were the days when keeping Torah meant wagering your own life. And into that darkness, Hashem raised a matriarch as mighty as Sarah herself. Doña Gracia Mendez Nasi, born Beatriz de Luna, forced to hide her faith, yet never surrendering the covenant. Her family commanded one of Europe's greatest merchant networks, banks in Antwerp, ships in Venice, routes from Lisbon to Istanbul. When her husband died, she wielded her wealth like a cutlass for righteousness. She smuggled Jewish families to safety, paid ransoms, funded hidden synagogues, bribed officials to free the condemned. Her merchant ships became lifeboats. She fled. So she fled Venice, reached the Ottoman Empire, and declared, I am Gracia bat Israel. She purchased land in Tiberias, preparing refuge centuries before Zionism's dawn. A mother of exiles, a beacon in the storm. Your destiny is shaped by who ye tie your ropes to. If you bind your heart to one who craves praise, ye will drown in their vanity. If you bind your heart to one who worships coin, you will be sold when the winds change. If you bind only to beauty, then when beauty fades, loyalty goes with it. But if you bind yourself to one whose lives are pure and who lives chesed quietly, who stands firm when no lantern watches, then you have found a partner of covenant, a Rivka, a Sarah, a Gracia. Sailors of Sinai. Next tide we sail into the storm winds of Parashat Toldot. Twin brothers, born from the same womb, yet standing on opposite shores of destiny. Esav, a wildfire of hunger, a man who lives for the moment, whose anger burns fast and whose footsteps shake the sand. Yaakov, quiet as a midnight harbor, patient as the tide, a keeper of covenant flame. Two nations inside one tent. Two futures struggling in one cradle. Two paths shaped not only by birth but by choice. For the Torah teaches a man's destiny is not the wind behind him. It is the rudder in his hand. Next week, we witness a birthright sold, a blessing disguised in goat skins, a mother's wisdom, a father's blindness, and a destiny steered by providence itself. Ready your sails, we chart the stormy waters of Toldot. May the wind in your sails be filled with Hashem's righteousness, and may the evil urge plunge straight to Davy Jones' locker. Varuach mitzdaut Hashem tamaleet mifesh echa ha'etzer hara yishalak limzulot yam. Be blessed. Shalom.